Up, y'all? I know it's been a while since I posted a Bible study, but I've been busy. So today's Bible study is gonna be. Let me pull up my notes real quick. The blessing of the blind and the blessing of the seer. Now, the blessing of the blind is the people who are spiritually blind, or they don't see as others see in the spirit, not physically, of course. So let's we're gonna be looking up these verses: Luke 6:39 and Matthew 5:14, John 20, John chapter 20, 24, 24 through 29, Hebrews 13:17. So let's start with Luke 6:39 to 40, NIV. He looked he also told them this parable. Can a blind man lead the blind? Will they both not fall into a pit? A student is not above his teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be like their teacher. Now Matthew 15:14. Let them alone. They they are blind guides. If they lead the blind, both will fall into the pit. Now Hebrews 13:17. Have confidence in your leaders, submit to their authority, because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account. Do not do this to walk in their work will be a joy. Do not burden, for they will for that would be no belief to you. Okay? And then we have John 24 to 29. Jesus appeared to Thomas. Now Thomas, also known as Denarius, something like that, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, have unless I see the nail marks in his hand and put my fingers where the nails were, and put my hand into the side, I will not believe." A week later, the disciples were in the house again, and Thomas with them. Though the door was locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your fingers here. See my hand. Reach out your hand and put it in my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord, my God." Jesus said to him, "Because you have seen me, you believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believed." Okay, the blessing of the blind is very important. So I want to teach y'all why Jesus said, you who are blind are blessed are those who are blind. And then he also said those who are blind, they will be led into a pit. So if you are blind, you cannot lead, first of all. If you want to be a minister or a preacher or a leader of your church or your sector, you need to first learn how to see into the spirit, see, discern, understand the gifts of the spirit that has been given to us. And those things do not come by, you going to church. They come by you actually submitting to the spirit. The Bible says in Proverbs, submit to the spirit, or it says, submit to me, trust in me, right? You're not on your own understanding, I'll make your path straight. So we need to submit to God first and submit to the Spirit so that the Spirit can guide us. Okay? So the blessing of being blind, right? Biblically speaking, he said, "Blessed are those who are blind," because if you are blind, like it says in Hebrews, you need to follow your leader by faith, okay? Because your leader should be able to see in the Spirit. They should be able to discern. They should be able to work in the gifts. They should be able to speak to God and God speak to them. The Bible says, "You are not my sheep, for then you do not hear my voice. My sheep hear my voice," right? So in order to hear his voice, you need to be a sheep. And a sheep, you know what I'm saying, they draw near to him, right? So I just want to tell y'all that if you will find out if you are a leader or someone to guide the church or someone to guide your congregation or your friends, by if you could see in the spirit whether you learn it, whether naturally, it doesn't matter, you still see, then you're able to guide people. But if you are one of those who are blind, make sure you submit to those who can see because they watch over you. The Bible says in other versions that of Hebrews, what was it? Hebrews 13:17, that that they watch over your soul. So those who see are able to watch over your soul. So you need to be careful and understand that they're watching over you when they tell you not to do a certain thing. Such as when I've talked to my friends like Josh and some of the people that I'm training up in the spirit, I say, don't listen to this type of music because it's demonic. Don't do this. Don't do that. Sometimes I even say some weird stuff like don't listen to one of your friends because it's wrong. And God is telling me to warn them, and you need to submit to that because then it will ruin your life. And you can ask them as a testimony; they will tell you, "Yeah, that's true. He was right about that." And they come tell me a week later, "Leo, you're right. I should have listened." I'm like, "Of course you did. Spirit speaking to me." So you need to understand the blessing of a seer is to watch over God's flock. So I really hope this helped you and let this bless you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.